Stop scrolling. Stop everything you are doing right now. Put down your phone. Turn away from the noise. This is not just another message on your screen. This is the voice of the one who has known you before time began. I, the Lord your God, am speaking directly to you, and what I am about to say cannot wait another moment. My beloved child, you are late to this. You know it in your heart. You have felt it in the quiet hours when sleep will not come. When the house is silent and your thoughts grow loud. You have felt it when you promised yourself you would deal with important things tomorrow. And tomorrow turned into next week, next month, next year. You are late, and your spirit knows it, even when your mind tries to hide from the truth. I am not saying this to wound you. I am not standing over you with disappointment in my eyes. I am saying this because a parent who truly loves does not stay silent while their child walks toward danger. Love speaks truth, even when truth is uncomfortable. And the truth right now is this. Time has been slipping through your fingers like sand, and the window I have opened for you will not remain open forever. This is not coincidence that you are reading these words. This is not random. This is not chance. Heaven arranged this exact moment. Angels have been guiding your steps toward this message. I have been orchestrating circumstances you could not see, clearing distractions from your path, preparing your heart to finally hear what it has been avoiding. This is your divine appointment. If you walk away now, if you dismiss this as just another religious message, you will miss what I have prepared specifically for you. This is a serious last alert from heaven. I need you to understand the weight of this moment. You have been postponing what matters most, and postponement has cost you more than you realize. Each delay has taken something precious from you. Peace has been slowly draining away. Joy has been fading. The light in your eyes has dimmed. You wake up feeling older than your years because your soul is weary from running from truth, running from conviction, running from me. My child, I have watched you for so long. I have seen the nights when your tears soaked the pillow and you thought no one noticed. I watched as you smiled for your children, your grandchildren, your friends, while your heart was breaking inside. I heard the prayers you whispered when you thought I had stopped listening. I felt the heaviness you carried when you woke up dreading another day. I saw you pretend you were fine when you were not fine. I watched you push down emotions because you believed that at your age, you should have it all figured out by now. I heard you scold yourself for still struggling with the same things after all these years. I felt your shame when you compared yourself to others who seemed to have their lives in order. My precious one, do you think I have forgotten you? Do you believe that because the years have passed, my attention has moved elsewhere? Do you imagine that because your body has aged, my love has grown old too? I see you now exactly as I saw you when you were young. I see the heart that still hopes despite disappointment. I see the faith that flickers even when it feels weak. I see the desire to do right even when you feel you have failed. You are not invisible to me. You have never been invisible. This moment right now carries more weight than you understand. You have reached a place where choosing nothing is choosing something. Remaining where you are will cost you, not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly, steadily, like a slow leak that eventually empties the vessel. I am interrupting your life today because I refuse to watch you drift farther without reaching for you one more time. This is urgent. This is real. This is for you. My child, I have seen how you have lived every single day, every single moment. I have watched the compromises you made along the way, not the loud ones that others would notice, but the quiet ones you barely acknowledged yourself. I saw the moment you chose comfort over conviction because you were just too tired to fight another battle. I watched when you stayed silent about your faith because speaking up seemed too risky, too uncomfortable. I witnessed you adjust your standards little by little, telling yourself it was wisdom when it was really compromise. I have seen you water down truth to keep relationships comfortable. I watched you blend in when I called you to stand out. I felt your hesitation when the Holy Spirit nudged you to speak, to act, to step forward, and you chose safety instead. Those compromises did not come from rebellion. They came from fatigue, from years of carrying burdens alone, from disappointments that made you cautious, from battles that left you weary. You were tired. You are tired. Tired of fighting when it feels like no one else cares. Tired of standing alone when everyone else seems content to drift. Tired of feeling different when blending in would be so much easier. I understand that tiredness. I watched it settle into your bones year after year. I saw exhaustion replace passion. I watched duty replace desire. I felt you shift from running the race to merely surviving it. I have seen the nights you fell into bed feeling empty, wondering where the fire went, questioning if this is all there is. I watched you scroll through your phone looking for connection while loneliness pressed against your chest. I saw you in the early morning hours when sleep would not come and worries circled like vultures. I felt your heart heavy with concerns about your children, your grandchildren, your health, your finances, your future. I have seen you smile at gatherings while carrying secret pain no one else sees. I watched you give advice to others while your own life felt like it was falling apart. I heard you pray for your family, while wondering if I even heard your prayers for yourself. I know about the doctor's appointments you keep to yourself, the test results that frighten you, the pain you downplay so others will not worry, the medication bottles that multiply on your counter, the body that no longer does what it used to do, the mirror that reflects someone you barely recognize. I have watched you grieve the loss of strength, of energy, of youth. I have seen you feel invisible in a world that celebrates the young. I felt your frustration when people dismiss you because of your age. I heard you wonder if your best contributions are behind you. I know the financial fears you carry, the fixed income that stretches thinner each month, the rising costs that make you anxious, the unexpected expenses that disrupt your careful planning, the guilt when you cannot help your children or grandchildren the way you want to. I have seen you lying awake, calculating numbers, trying to make them work. I watched you choose between needs, wondering how long your resources will last. I felt your shame when you had to say no to things you desperately wanted to say yes to. My beloved, I have seen your loneliness, the kind that exists even in a crowded room. I watched you lose friends to death, to distance, to disagreements. I saw you sit by the phone hoping someone would call. I felt your heart sink when holidays approached and you wondered who would remember you. I know about the spouse you lost, and the empty space beside you that never stops aching, the conversations you can no longer have, the person who knew you best who is no longer there, the grief that ambushes you in unexpected moments. I have seen you pretend to be okay when you are drowning. I watched you put on strength for others when you desperately needed strength yourself. I felt you carry burdens you were never meant to carry alone. I know about the regrets that haunt your quiet hours, the words you wish you could take back, the moments with your children you wish you had handled differently, the priorities you got wrong.
Dear family, I want to share something important with you all. Recently, our channel has been demonetized by YouTube, which means we no longer receive any earnings from our videos. Each video takes a lot of time, effort, editing, and resources to create, but we still want to continue spreading these powerful and uplifting messages to you. We truly wish to keep this channel alive and continue our mission, but doing this without any support is becoming very difficult. If our content has ever helped you, inspired you, or supported you in any way, we humbly request your support through Buy Me a Coffee. Even a small contribution helps us continue this journey. The support link is available in the comment section and the description. Thank you for your love, support, and prayers. God bless you.
The time you wasted on things that did not matter while neglecting things that did. I have seen you replay scenes from your past, wishing you could go back and choose differently. I watched you wonder if you failed as a parent, as a spouse, as a follower of mine. I felt the weight of wondering if it is too late to make things right. But here is what I need you to hear. Here is the truth that will change everything if you let it. Tiredness is not permission to quit. Weariness is not a reason to surrender what is true. Exhaustion does not excuse you from purpose. I know you have told yourself that at this stage of life, some things do not matter as much anymore. You have convinced yourself that you are too old to change, too set in your ways, too far down the road to turn around now. You have made peace with mediocrity because excellence seemed too demanding. My beloved, that is not wisdom, that is deception. That is the voice of an enemy who wants you to believe your best days are behind you, Who wants you to think your purpose expired with your youth? Who wants you convinced that I have moved on to work through younger, stronger vessels? That voice is a liar. Listen to me instead. I am not finished with you. I never will be. You are not too old for breakthrough. You are not too late for healing. You are not beyond the reach of my transforming power. Moses was 80 when I sent him to deliver a nation. Abraham was 100 when I gave him the son of promise. Anna was 84 when she prophesied over my son. Your age does not disqualify you, it positions you. You have wisdom the young do not possess. You have endurance that comes only through years. You have perspective that only time provides. What the enemy meant to diminish, I will use for my glory. What looked like delay was actually preparation. What felt like being passed over was actually being set apart. What seemed like wasted years were actually years of training for what is coming. Right now, I am reversing the narrative. What you saw as loss, I am revealing as gain. The closed doors were protecting you from paths that would have destroyed you. The unanswered prayers were because I was preparing something better than you could imagine. The delays were because the timing was not right. The people were not in place. Your character was not ready to sustain the blessing I intended. The silence was not absence. It was me working behind the scenes, arranging circumstances you could not see, moving pieces you did not know existed. Every tear you cried was collected. Every prayer you prayed was recorded. Every moment you felt alone, I was right there, closer than your breath, holding you when you could not feel my presence, carrying you when you thought you were walking alone. The pain you endured was not punishment, it was purification. The trials were not evidence of my anger. They were proof of my investment. I only refine what I treasure. I only test what I intend to use. The very fact that you have been through so much tells you how valuable you are to me. My child, I need you to see your story through my eyes instead of through the lens of regret. Every mistake taught you something essential. Every failure revealed something important. Every disappointment redirected you away from something that would have harmed you. What you call wasted time, I call necessary journey. What you see as lost years, I see as crucial preparation. Nothing is wasted in my economy. Nothing is lost. I redeem it all. I use it all, I transform it all. The very things you are ashamed of, I will use as your testimony. The very places you fell, I will return you to as places of victory. The very weaknesses you hate, I will transform into demonstrations of my strength. But you must stop running. You must stop postponing. You must stop pretending that delay has no cost. I know why you have delayed. I know the reasons you give yourself. You tell yourself you will get serious about your faith when you have more time. When things settle down, when the grandchildren are older, when your health improves, when you feel stronger, when life becomes easier. But my child, life rarely becomes easier on its own. It becomes clearer when you choose what matters most. I have been patient with you, more patient than you deserve, more patient than you realize. I have watched you promise to change and then return to the same patterns. I have heard you make commitments and then slowly forget them. I have seen you start strong and then fade back into comfortable routines. And through it all, I have not given up on you. I have not turned away. I have continued to pursue you, to call you, to create moments like this one where truth can break through. But patience does not mean I have no urgency. Love does not mean I will never warn you. I am warning you now. You are late. Late to what I have been calling you toward. Late to the purpose that has been waiting for you. Late to the freedom that has always been available. Your lateness is not about your salvation. If you belong to me, that cannot be lost. Your lateness is about the life you were meant to live versus the life you have settled for. It is about fullness versus fragments. It is about living awake versus sleepwalking through your remaining years. I see the real you now, not the version you show others, not the version you wear to church or family gatherings, not the carefully constructed image you maintain on social media, showing grandchildren and happy moments. I see the one you hide when the lights go out. I know the thoughts you never speak, the doubts you bury beneath religious language, the questions you are afraid to ask because you think you should know the answers by now. I know the anger you have toward people who hurt you decades ago, but you have never truly forgiven. I see you smile at them at gatherings while bitterness festers in your heart. I watch you speak kind words while harboring resentment. I know the grudges you have held on to, telling yourself you have forgiven when you have only buried the pain. I know the jealousy you feel when you see others blessed while you have struggled. I see the comparisons you make. I watch you scroll through photos of others' successes, vacations, happy families, and feel the sting of why them and not me. I know the bitterness that has quietly grown in the corners of your heart, the cynicism that has replaced the hope you once had, the hardness that has formed where tenderness used to live. I see how disappointment has calcified into resignation. I know the way you judge others while excusing yourself, the harsh assessments you make of how others live while overlooking your own compromises. I see the pride you disguise as discernment, the criticism you frame as concern, the gossip you justify as prayer requests. I know the fear you hide beneath control, the anxiety that drives you to manage, manipulate, orchestrate, the terror of losing control that makes you hold on too tightly to people, to plans, to outcomes. I see how fear masquerades as wisdom in your life. I know about the secret habits you have never told anyone, the things you do when no one is watching, the websites you visit, the shows you watch, the thoughts you entertain, the small indulgences you tell yourself are harmless, but that drain your spiritual vitality. I see the addictions you have hidden for years, not always to substances, but to control, to food, to shopping, to the approval of others. I know the compulsive behaviors you excuse, the patterns you cannot seem to break no matter how many times you promise yourself this is the last time. I know the lies you tell, small ones you think, white lies to avoid conflict, exaggerations to make yourself look better, omissions to hide what you are ashamed of, half-truths that protect your image. I see how deception has become second nature, so common you barely notice it anymore. I know the unkind things you think about your own children, your grandchildren, your spouse, the criticism that runs through your mind, the disappointment you hide, the favoritism you try to conceal.
Dear family, I want to share something important with you all. Recently, our channel has been demonetized by YouTube, which means we no longer receive any earnings from our videos. Each video takes a lot of time, effort, editing, and resources to create, but we still want to continue spreading these powerful and uplifting messages to you. We truly wish to keep this channel alive and continue our mission, but doing this without any support is becoming very difficult. If our content has ever helped you, inspired you, or supported you in any way, we humbly request your support through Buy Me a Coffee. Even a small contribution helps us continue this journey. The support link is available in the comment section and the description. Thank you for your love, support, and prayers. God bless you.
I see the words you speak versus the feelings you harbor. I know about the faith that has become mostly performance, the prayers that are routine rather than real, the Bible that sits unopened, the worship that is motion without emotion, the religious activities you maintain to look faithful while your heart has grown cold. I see all of it, every bit, every shadow, every hidden thing, every secret corner, every closed door, the real you, the complete you, the version you hide even from yourself sometimes. Nothing is concealed from me. Nothing is unknown. I see it all with perfect clarity, and I am still here. Knowing you fully has not pushed me away. It has drawn me closer. You have tried to hide parts of yourself even from me. You told yourself I would not understand. You feared that if I saw everything, I would turn away. My child, there has never been a moment when I did not see you completely. Hiding did not protect you from my sight. It only kept you from my peace. The parts you conceal are the very places I long to heal. The truths you avoid are the doors through which freedom enters. I am not exposing you to hurt you. I am revealing you to save you, right now. In this very moment, I am doing something you cannot fully perceive with your natural eyes. Angels are present in this space where you are reading these words. They have been assigned to you, guardian angels who have walked with you since your birth, warrior angels who fight battles you never see, Heaven is leaning in close to you right now. The veil between the spiritual and natural is thinner than you realize. The Holy Spirit is hovering over you like a gentle dove, moving within you, stirring awareness, creating hunger, softening what has been hard for years. Can you feel it? Pay attention to what is happening in your body right now. You may feel a warmth spreading through your chest, starting in your heart and radiating outward. That is not anxiety. That is my presence. That is me drawing near. You may sense a pressure, like something pressing gently against your heart, like a hand placed over your chest. That is me touching the very center of you, reaching the place where you have been wounded, where you have been guarded, where you have kept me at arm's length. You may feel tears forming even though you do not fully understand why, even though nothing particularly sad has been said, even though you pride yourself on not being emotional. Those tears are not weakness. They are your spirit responding to truth. They are your soul recognizing home. Let them fall. Do not wipe them away. Do not be embarrassed. No one is watching you right now but me, and I have seen you cry 10,000 times before. These tears are cleansing. These tears are breakthrough beginning. These tears are ice melting around your heart. You may feel a trembling in your hands, a quickening in your spirit, a stirring deep in your belly. That is not fear, though it may feel similar. That is the Holy Spirit moving. That is power flowing into places that have been dead. That is life returning to what you thought was beyond revival. Some of you are feeling your breathing deepen, becoming more conscious of each breath. That is not coincidence. I am the breath of life. Every breath you take is my gift. I am reminding you right now that you are alive, that it is not too late, that while you still draw breath, there is still hope, still purpose, still opportunity. You may sense a tingling sensation moving through your body, perhaps in your hands, your arms, your spine. That is my power. That is healing beginning to flow. That is the anointing. Do not dismiss it. Receive it. Welcome it. Let it do its work. Some of you feel like you cannot sit still, like you need to stand up, pace, move. That restlessness is not distraction. That is energy, holy energy displacing the lethargy that has held you. That is strength beginning to rise where weakness has resided. Others of you feel the opposite, like you need to be still, like everything in you is settling into a deep peace you have not felt in years, like you could sit in this moment forever. That is rest, true rest, the rest I promised, the peace that surpasses understanding. Do not turn away from what you are feeling. Do not dismiss it as emotion or psychology or sentimentality because you are getting older. This is divine intervention. This is the supernatural intersecting with your natural. This is mercy meeting you exactly where you are. I am the God who parted the Red Sea. I am the God who brought water from a rock. I am the God who raised the dead. I am the God who calms storms with a word, and right now, right here, I am ministering to you personally. Specifically, powerfully. This is not random. This is not generic content that could apply to anyone. This is your divine appointment. This is the moment I have been orchestrating. This is the encounter I have been preparing you for through everything you have walked through. My beloved child, I want to take you back to moments in your life you have tried to forget. I was there when you first heard my voice as a young person. I was there when you felt my presence so strong it made you weep. I was there when you made promises to follow me no matter what. Do you remember? Do you remember the fire? Do you remember the passion? What happened to that version of you? Where did that fire go? It did not die. It got buried. Buried beneath disappointment, beneath the weight of just surviving, beneath years of compromises. But buried is not dead, and right now I am digging it up. I am blowing on embers you thought were cold. I am rekindling what you believed was lost forever. You are feeling it even now. That old stirring, that familiar pull, that sense that there is more, that you were made for more. Listen to that feeling. Do not silence it. It is me calling you back. Back to purpose. Back to passion. Back to the path you wandered away from. I know you are afraid. Afraid of what coming back might cost you. Afraid of what you might have to let go of. Afraid of what others will think. Afraid of failing again. I understand those fears. But I need you to understand something greater than your fear. Anything you lose by choosing life with me was already draining you. Anything that must be released was never meant to carry your future. I am not here to strip you of joy. I am here to return it. The real joy, the deep joy, the kind that does not depend on circumstances or fade with time. My child, I know the burdens you carry. I know the guilt over things you did decades ago that you have never fully released. I know the right now. I am inviting you to lay it down, all of it. The guilt, the shame, the regret. Lay it at my feet. I carried it to the cross. You do not need to carry it one more day. Can you feel the release? Let it go. Let me take it. This is your moment. My beloved, you do not know how many days remain. What if this is your last chance to truly surrender? I am being honest, because honesty is love. Right now, heaven is open. Angels are present. The Holy Spirit is hovering. What you do next shapes everything. Reach toward me now. Say, yes, Lord, I am tired of running. I surrender. I am yours. Feel my hand. I am here. I am waiting. As you say yes, I am moving, releasing healing, breathing life, restoring, making new. Let me pray, Father. I receive this one. I cleanse them. I break every chain. I release breakthrough, healing, peace, joy. I restore the years. I renew their strength. They are not too late. In Jesus' name, amen. Type amen if you feel this truth. Share this message. Someone needs it. You were late, but not anymore. Welcome home. Your best days are ahead. I love you. I am not finished with you yet. Go in my peace, my strength, my love. You are mine forever.
Dear family, I want to share something important with you all. Recently, our channel has been demonetized by YouTube, which means we no longer receive any earnings from our videos. Each video takes a lot of time, effort, editing, and resources to create, but we still want to continue spreading these powerful and uplifting messages to you. We truly wish to keep this channel alive and continue our mission, but doing this without any support is becoming very difficult. If our content has ever helped you, inspired you, or supported you in any way, we humbly request your support through Buy Me a Coffee. Even a small contribution helps us continue this journey. The support link is available in the comment section and the description. Thank you for your love, support, and prayers. God bless you.
My precious child, what I am about to reveal to you in this very moment will shake the foundation of everything you thought you understood about your struggles. This is not coincidence that brought you here. This is divine appointment. For too long, you have carried a weight that was never yours to bear. Too long have you questioned your worth, your capability, your very right to abundance. But today, that ends. Today, the veil is lifted, and what you are about to discover will explain why. Despite your tireless efforts, despite your intelligence, despite your heart's pure intentions, you remain trapped in cycles that seem impossible to break. Listen carefully, my beloved. Do not allow distraction to pull you away from this truth. Your breakthrough depends entirely on what I am unveiling right now. For years, you have felt it. That invisible ceiling, that strange resistance whenever you approach the edge of true success. You work harder than those around you, yet they advance while you remain static. You give more, sacrifice more, believe more, yet the harvest eludes your hands. This has caused you to question yourself in the deepest hours of night. Am I not enough? Am I being punished? What is wrong with me, my child? Hear me now. Nothing is wrong with you. What you face is not a deficiency within you. It is an interference around you. There exists in the realm beyond what your eyes perceive a pattern that was set in motion long before you drew your first breath. I am speaking of something your mind has sensed, but could not name. A generational cycle, a spiritual inheritance of limitation that has moved through your family line like an underground river, silent but powerfully shaping the terrain of every life it touches. Your grandparents felt it, your parents wrestled with it, and now it has reached you. But you, my cherished one, you are the one I have chosen to break it. This is why no matter how much you earn, it seems to slip through your fingers. This is why opportunities that appear certain suddenly collapse without explanation. This is why you feel anxious about money even when your bank account shows sufficiency. The root is not in your habits alone, though those matter. The root is not in your education alone, though knowledge has its place. The root, my child, is in a covenant your bloodline made with struggle, an agreement sealed in desperation by ancestors who knew no other way. They believed poverty was noble. They believed suffering proved devotion. They believed abundance was dangerous, that it would corrupt, that it would separate them from the divine, and so they rejected it. They pushed it away, and that rejection became a curse that has followed your family tree down through the generations. But I am here to tell you, my beloved, that curse ends with you. Not because you are more worthy than those who came before, not because you are stronger or more deserving, but because this is your appointed time. The season has shifted. What was bound is now being loosed. What was sealed is now being opened, and the abundance that was held back from your lineage is now being released in torrents that will astound even you. You have prayed for breakthrough. You have fasted. You have worked until exhaustion became your constant companion. Yet still, the walls remained. Do you know why, my child? It is not because your prayers went unheard. It is not because your faith was insufficient. It is because there are those in your very circle, in your own household even, whose words carry weight in the spiritual realm, and their words have not been for your elevation. When you share your dreams, they smile, but in their hearts, they question. When you announce new plans, they nod, but in secret, they doubt. And those doubts, my precious one, those quiet disbeliefs spoken in whispers or even in silence, they create barriers you cannot see but absolutely feel. I need you to understand something crucial. Not everyone who sits at your table wants to see your plate filled. Not everyone who calls you friend celebrates your wins. There are those who have grown comfortable with your struggle because it makes their own stagnation feel acceptable. Your lack has become their comfort. Your limitation has become their standard, and unconsciously, perhaps even without malicious intent, they work against your rising, not through open opposition but through subtle undermining. A discouraging word here, a skeptical question there, a reminder of past failures just when new faith is budding. These are not accidents, my child. These are attacks, soft attacks, yes, veiled attacks, but attacks nonetheless. And I must tell you this with all soberness. There is one person in particular, someone closer than you would ever suspect, someone who appears supportive on the surface, but whose inner dialogue about you is poisonous. You have felt the shift when they enter the room. You have noticed how your peace drains in their presence. You have observed how confusion clouds your clarity after spending time with them. My beloved, this is not paranoia. This is spiritual discernment. And I have been trying to show you, trying to warn you through these very sensations. But you have dismissed them. You have made excuses for this person. You have convinced yourself you are imagining things. But you are not imagining anything. Your spirit knows what your mind refuses to accept. And today I am confirming what you have been sensing all along. This revelation is not given to make you bitter, my child. It is given to make you free. For you cannot fight an enemy you refuse to acknowledge. You cannot heal from a wound you pretend does not exist, and the time for pretending is over. The season of ignoring red flags out of loyalty or obligation has passed. I am calling you now to a higher allegiance, an allegiance to truth, an allegiance to your divine assignment, an allegiance to the generations coming after you who will benefit from the chains you break today. Now listen further, my cherished one. I want to talk to you about money, not in the way the world speaks of it with greed or obsession, but in the way of truth and spiritual reality. You have been taught, perhaps not in words but in subtle messaging throughout your life, that wanting financial abundance is somehow unholy, that desiring comfort is selfish, that struggling with lack is a badge of spiritual honor. This is a lie from the pit itself, a lie designed to keep you small, manageable, unable to fund the very purposes I have placed within your spirit. Let me be absolutely clear, I am not opposed to your wealth. I am opposed to wealth owning you. There is a vast difference. I designed you to be a conduit, not a dam. Money is meant to flow through you to accomplish kingdom purposes, to bless your family, to create opportunities, to leave inheritance for your children's children. But how can it flow through you if you are clenched in fear around it? How can it multiply in your hands if you believe deep down that having it makes you less spiritual? This internal conflict is the true barrier, my beloved, you pray for increase while secretly believing increase would corrupt you. You ask for abundance while simultaneously feeling guilty for wanting it. This double-mindedness creates a spiritual short circuit, and I am here today to resolve it. Wealth in your hands is not dangerous. Wealth in your hands is powerful. Because your heart is submitted to me, because your intentions are pure, because your desire is not for hoarding but for building, I trust you with abundance. The question is, do you trust yourself? Many of your financial troubles, my child, have roots that go deeper than budget spreadsheets. Yes, wisdom in managing resources matters. Yes, discipline in spending is important. But beneath those practical layers lies something more fundamental: a belief system. A set of internal agreements you made long ago about what you deserve, about what is possible for someone like you, about the limits of your life. These agreements were formed in childhood moments you may not even remember. A passing comment from a parent about how we cannot afford that. A teacher's dismissive remark about your abilities. A friend's mockery of your ambitions. Each of these moments placed a brick in a wall you have been building around your own potential. And now that wall is complete. You live inside it, looking out at others who seem to move freely in spaces you believe are not for you. But I am telling you today, my precious one, that wall is an illusion. It has no power except what you give it. And the moment you decide, truly decide, that you are no longer in agreement with those childhood lies, that wall crumbles, not slowly, not over years, instantly, because it was never real, it was only believed. And what belief constructed, new belief can demolish. Here is what is about to happen in your life, my child. I am releasing to you a season of supernatural favor.
Dear family, I want to share something important with you all. Recently, our channel has been demonetized by YouTube, which means we no longer receive any earnings from our videos. Each video takes a lot of time, effort, editing, and resources to create, but we still want to continue spreading these powerful and uplifting messages to you. We truly wish to keep this channel alive and continue our mission, but doing this without any support is becoming very difficult. If our content has ever helped you, inspired you, or supported you in any way, we humbly request your support through Buy Me a Coffee. Even a small contribution helps us continue this journey. The support link is available in the comment section and the description. Thank you for your love, support, and prayers. God bless you.
This is not about working harder. You have already worked hard enough for 3 lifetimes. This is about alignment, about positioning, about finally standing in the place I created specifically for you. When you are in your correct position, effort becomes effective, struggle transforms into flow. What once took years of grinding now happens with surprising ease. This is not laziness. This is not shortcuts. This is divine efficiency. This is grace in action. You will begin to notice doors opening that you did not even know existed. Opportunities will find you instead of you hunting desperately for them. People with resources and influence will be drawn to you without logical explanation. They will want to help you, invest in you, connect you to networks that seemed unreachable. This is what happens when heaven decides to move on your behalf. Human limitation becomes irrelevant. Your lack of credentials becomes irrelevant. Your past failures become irrelevant, because when I open a door, no force in earth or hell can close it. But understand this, my beloved child. This favor comes with responsibility. You are not being blessed just for your own comfort. You are being blessed to be a blessing. The wealth that is coming to you carries assignment. There are people you are meant to help, projects you are meant to fund, injustices you are meant to correct with the resources I am placing in your hands. If you receive this favor, and then close your fist around it, it will sour. It will become a burden instead of a blessing. But if you keep your hands open, if you remain a conduit rather than a reservoir, the flow will never stop. It will increase beyond what you can imagine. Now I must address something that will be difficult to hear, my child, but necessary. There are habits in your life that are blocking the very blessings you pray for. I am not speaking of obvious sins, though those matter too. I am speaking of patterns that seem harmless but are actually sabotaging your progress. The way you speak about yourself in casual moments, the way you joke about being broke or unlucky, the way you replay past failures in your mind like a film on repeat. These patterns are not innocent. Words create reality. Thoughts shape destiny, and you have been creating and shaping limitation through careless speech and undisciplined thinking. From this day forward, my cherished one, you must become vigilant about what exits your mouth and what occupies your mind. No more self-deprecating humor. No more agreeing with narratives of lack. No more rehearsing worst-case scenarios. Instead, you will speak what I have spoken over you. You will think thoughts that align with my view of your future. You will see yourself as I see you, capable, anointed, destined for impact worthy of abundance. This will feel strange at first. It may even feel arrogant to those who are used to your self-diminishment. But that is precisely the point. Your old circles may not understand this new version of you. They may mock your confidence as pride. They may interpret your boundary setting as coldness. Let them. Their comfort is not your calling. Their approval is not required for your advancement. What matters is that you come into agreement with heaven's assessment of your value and potential. I also need to speak to you about time, my beloved. You have been waiting for the right moment, waiting for more preparation, waiting for fear to subside, waiting for perfect clarity. But perfect clarity rarely comes before the step. It comes during the step. And I am telling you now, the waiting season is over. It is time to move, not recklessly, not foolishly, but boldly, with the confidence that I am guiding each step even when the full path is not yet visible. That business idea you have been sitting on for years, that creative project you keep telling yourself you will start someday, that bold career move you have been too afraid to make, the time is now. Not because conditions are perfect, they will never be perfect, but because you are ready, more ready than you realize. And delay at this point is not caution, it is disobedience, it is fear masquerading as wisdom. And I am lovingly but firmly pushing you out of the nest you were made to fly, my child. And you will never discover that while sitting safely on the branch, what I am orchestrating in your life right now will require courage you do not yet feel. It will require steps that seem illogical to the natural mind. There will be moments when you question whether you heard me correctly, when doubt whispers that you are making a fool of yourself, when circumstances seem to contradict what I promised. In those moments, my precious one, you must hold steady. You must remember this conversation. You must recall that I told you in advance there would be resistance, because every breakthrough is preceded by a breakpoint. Every new level demands a new confrontation with fear. But on the other side of that fear is everything you have been asking for. Let me paint a picture for you of what is coming. I see you 12 months from now, and you are unrecognizable from who you are today. Not in appearance, though even that may shift as stress falls away and peace settles in, but in countenance, in presence, in the weight of authority you carry. You will walk into rooms and shift atmospheres without saying a word. People will ask you what changed. They will want to know your secret, and you will smile, knowing it was not a technique or a formula. It was surrender. It was finally letting go of control and trusting my timing, my methods, my mysterious ways of bringing promises to pass. Financially, you will be in a completely different place, not because you won a lottery or received an inheritance, though I can certainly use those means if I choose, but through strategic connections, through ideas that come to you in moments of stillness, through favor that causes your efforts to produce multiplied results. You will look at your bank account and struggle to remember what chronic financial anxiety felt like. You will give generously, live comfortably, and still have overflow, and that overflow will become seed for even greater harvest in the years following. But more than money, my beloved, you will have peace. The kind of peace that does not fluctuate with circumstances. The kind of peace that remains steady even when challenges arise. Because you will finally truly know that I am with you, that I am for you, that I am working all things, even the painful things, even the confusing things, together for your ultimate good. This knowing will become the bedrock of your existence, and from that bedrock you will build a life that reflects heaven's intentions rather than earth's limitations. Your relationships too will transform. Some people who are in your life now will naturally fall away. Not through conflict, but through divergence. You will outgrow certain connections, and that is perfectly fine. It is not betrayal to move beyond relationships that no longer serve your growth. It is maturity, and as old connections fade, new ones will emerge. People who operate at the level where you are going, people who challenge you, inspire you, and celebrate you without jealousy. These are the relationships that will sustain you in your new season. There is one relationship in particular that I am preparing for you. Whether this is a deepening of a current connection or the introduction of someone entirely new, I will not say. But know this: the person I am bringing or the way I am transforming an existing bond will be a tangible sign of my favor. This relationship will feel different from others, easier, more natural. Like coming home, do not overthink it when it happens. Do not sabotage it with fear or insecurity. Simply receive it as the gift it is now. My child, I want to address your health. You have noticed, have you not, how your body seems to carry the stress of your circumstances? The headaches that appear when finances tighten, the stomach issues that flare during conflict, the exhaustion that no amount of sleep seems to remedy. These are not random. Your body is speaking what your mouth will not say. It is manifesting the internal turmoil you try to hide. But as your external world shifts through the truths I am giving you, your physical body will also respond. Symptoms that doctors could not explain will simply vanish. Energy will return. You will sleep deeply and wake refreshed. This too is part of the restoration I am bringing. I need to speak plainly about something many avoid. There is coming a test. After I release this wave of blessing, there will be a moment where you are tempted to return to old patterns. A moment of fear where grabbing control seems safer than trusting. A voice will whisper that this is too good to be true.
Dear family, I want to share something important with you all. Recently, our channel has been demonetized by YouTube, which means we no longer receive any earnings from our videos. Each video takes a lot of time, effort, editing, and resources to create, but we still want to continue spreading these powerful and uplifting messages to you. We truly wish to keep this channel alive and continue our mission, but doing this without any support is becoming very difficult. If our content has ever helped you, inspired you, or supported you in any way, we humbly request your support through Buy Me a Coffee. Even a small contribution helps us continue this journey. The support link is available in the comment section and the description. Thank you for your love, support, and prayers. God bless you.
That you should hedge your bets, that you should have a backup plan that does not involve faith. My beloved, when that moment comes, and it will come, you must recognize it for what it is. The final attempt of your old identity to reassert itself. Do not yield. Do not compromise. Do not take back what you have surrendered. Pass this test and the blessing becomes permanent. Fail it, and you may find yourself cycling back through familiar struggles. But I have confidence in you, my child. I would not be revealing all this if I did not believe you are ready. You have been in preparation for longer than you realize. Every hardship was a classroom. Every disappointment was a teacher. Every betrayal was training and discernment. Nothing was wasted. And now all that painful preparation is about to yield a harvest that will astound you. Let me tell you what your legacy will be. Not just what you will accomplish in your own lifetime, though that will be significant, but what will continue after you. The children you influence, whether your biological offspring or the many you will mentor, will not struggle the way you struggled. The generational curse that plagued your family line stops with you. They will inherit blessing instead of bondage, abundance instead of lack, confidence instead of insecurity, and they will look back at you as the one who had courage to break the cycle. Your name will be spoken with honor, not because you were perfect, but because you were obedient. This is why the enemy has fought you so hard. My precious one, he knew what you were carrying. He knew the threat you posed to his plans of generational destruction, so he threw everything at you. Trauma in childhood to damage your sense of worth. Betrayal in relationships to make you mistrust others. Failure in ventures to convince you to stop trying. Financial struggle to exhaust your hope. But what he meant for destruction, I am using for your development. Every attack has made you stronger, wiser, more dependent on me. And now you are a weapon he cannot stop. A force he cannot contain. Because you belong to me and I have invested too much in you to let you fail. Hear me clearly, beloved. You are not a victim. You are not unlucky. You are not cursed. You are chosen. You are equipped. You are positioned for breakthrough that will ripple through time and touch lives you will never meet in this lifetime. The scope of what I am doing through you is far bigger than your personal comfort, though you will be comfortable. It is about rewriting narratives, proving that change is possible, demonstrating that heaven still intervenes in earthly affairs. You are a living testimony in the making, and your story will give hope to countless others who feel stuck where you once felt stuck. Now let me speak about the specific steps you will take. First, you will forgive. Not because those who hurt you deserve it, but because you deserve freedom. Unforgiveness is a chain that binds you to the past. It gives your offenders ongoing power over your emotional state. Forgiveness is not saying what they did was acceptable. It is saying you will no longer allow what they did to define your future. Release them, not for them, for you. Second, you will separate from toxic environments. This may mean changing jobs even without another one lined up yet. It may mean moving to a new city. It may mean distancing from family members who refuse to respect your boundaries. These decisions will terrify you. They will seem irresponsible to those watching. But I am telling you, staying in poison because it is familiar is the truly irresponsible choice. Trust me enough to step out. I will catch you. I have always caught you. Third, you will begin to invest in yourself. Take that course. Hire that coach. Buy that equipment. Not recklessly, but strategically. You have been pouring into everyone else while you remain empty. That ends now. Fill yourself first. Then the overflow can genuinely bless others without depleting you. Fourth, you will speak differently. Declare abundance. Affirm your worth. Pronounce blessing over your future. Do this even when feelings contradict your words, especially when feelings contradict your words. Faith is not denying reality. Faith is declaring a higher reality that has not yet manifested in the natural. Your words are creative tools. Use them with intention. Fifth, you will rest. You have been running on adrenaline and anxiety for so long that stillness feels dangerous. But it is in rest that I do my deepest work. In silence that my voice becomes clearest. Stop equating busyness with productivity. Stop wearing exhaustion as a badge of honor. I am inviting you into a rhythm of work and rest that is sustainable, joyful, and far more effective than your current grind. My precious child, everything is about to shift, not because you have finally done enough to earn it, but because the season has changed. What was withheld is now released. What was closed is now opened. What was impossible is now inevitable. Your job is not to figure out how. Your job is to stay in position, keep your heart open, and watch me work. There will be signs along the way, small confirmations that you are on the right path, an unexpected check in the mail, a word from a stranger that speaks directly to your situation, a dream so vivid you wake up with clarity about your next step. Do not dismiss these as coincidence. They are my way of reassuring you that I am present, I am active, and I am absolutely orchestrating your breakthrough. The same people who doubted you will soon celebrate you. The same systems that rejected you will pursue you. The same doors that were closed will swing open effortlessly. And when this happens, do not become prideful, remain humble. Remember where you came from. Remember who brought you through. Use your platform to point others to me, not to yourself. You may be wondering when all this will begin, my child. It already has. The moment you started receiving these words, something shifted in the heavenly realm. Angels were dispatched. Assignments were given, obstacles were removed. You may not see the full evidence yet, but it is already in motion. Your part is to align your actions with what I have spoken. Move when I say move. Wait when I say wait. Trust when nothing makes sense. This is how partnership with the divine works. I see the tears in your eyes even now, the relief of finally understanding, the hope that maybe, just maybe, this time is different. Let me assure you, beloved, this time is different, because this time you are different. You have been through the fire and emerged as gold. You have been pressed and become wine. You have been broken and now you know how to heal. The person you were when this struggle began could not have handled what I am about to give you, but the person you have become through the struggle absolutely can. The timing is perfect. You are ready, so rise up, my child. Shake off the dust of disappointment. Lift your eyes from past failures. Set your face toward the future I have prepared. It is brighter than you dare imagine, richer than you have allowed yourself to hope, more fulfilling than your wildest dreams, and it is yours. Not someday, not eventually. Now the breakthrough is now, the favor is now, the abundance is now. Receive it. Step into it, and never look back. Everything you have survived was preparation for everything you are about to experience. The test is over. The training is complete. The season has turned. Welcome, my beloved child, to your time of overflow. Walk in it with confidence, live in it with gratitude, and watch in wonder as I exceed every expectation you ever held. This is my promise to you. This is my gift to you. This is your moment. Take it.
Dear family, I want to share something important with you all. Recently, our channel has been demonetized by YouTube, which means we no longer receive any earnings from our videos. Each video takes a lot of time, effort, editing, and resources to create, but we still want to continue spreading these powerful and uplifting messages to you. We truly wish to keep this channel alive and continue our mission, but doing this without any support is becoming very difficult. If our content has ever helped you, inspired you, or supported you in any way, we humbly request your support through Buy Me a Coffee. Even a small contribution helps us continue this journey. The support link is available in the comment section and the description. Thank you for your love, support, and prayers. God bless you.